Mr. Bowman, do you have security clearance at General Electric?
I certainly do.
Uh-huh. And could you say something about the nature of that security clearance?
Objection, Your Honor. It's not relevant.
Your Honor...
Your Honor...
Wait a minute. Let me rule. I mean, after all, we've got to have some decorum here.
This question, Your Honor, goes to the heart of his responsibility to this court, his understanding of his employment, his own job.
Yes, and he answered what he knew.
Amazing.
When you say hardware, Mr. Bowman, are you referring to the Mark 12A?
That's correct.
And is that the general vocabulary that's used at plant number 9?
That's right.
And are the workers there specifically forbidden to refer to the Mark 12A?
They don't refer to nuclear warheads, and they know nothing about nuclear warheads.
Well, show him one.
Do you maybe know where the shells are delivered to?
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection sustained.
Highly irrelevant. We're trying...
It may be a matter of national security. The question will not go answered.
Not a matter of my security. Is this what is called sterilizing the evidence?
Objection, Your Honor. Motion to strike.
Granted.
I'd like to find out the nature of the oath or the promise that he made to General Electric. Because it's germane, it's essential to find that out in relation to the oath that he took here. Which one supersedes? I want to find out the difference between, let's say, his ignorance of this hideous weapon.
Well, now, look, we're not making speeches here, Reverend. If you wanted to find out what his security was
and on the other hand,
that is relevant.
Good.
But not any oaths that he takes.
Let's go on that. I don't know what oath he took. I don't know whether he swore on the Bible for GE.
That doesn't make any difference. The question is what the security clearance imports to it.
Maybe his promise to GE supersedes this one. I don't know. I think we have to find out which oath takes precedence in the courtroom.
We are not
Maybe
trying oaths in this courtroom. We are trying acts, your acts.
Are you allowed to talk to your family about what you do at GE?
No. They recommend that we do not.
Do you consider that that promise or recommendation is superseded by the oath you took in the court?
No.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection sustained.
Your Honor, the jury are among the few in the world
Objection,
that will see such weapons before they're used on people. I was wondering, very few in their whole lives get to see a nuclear weapon like this.
Objection.
Objection sustained. We are not making any speeches about these weapons or whether they are in fact weapons.
Is that a joke?
No, it is not a joke. It seems to be a pathetic mistake so far.
Pathetic mistake? You mean building the weapon?
This weapon has been referred to as a 335 kiloton weapon. I would like very much to clear up that term. After all, this term has been used 4 or 5 times.
I don't recall any testimony that there was 335,000 tons.
I don't either.
Well, we used the term. We used that term several times, and they listened to it, that is, the jury did, and it wasn't objected to by the prosecutor.
I think it's been objected to many times.
Why? Why? Is it true or isn't
Because
it?
it's not relevant.
Not relevant?
Not relevant.
Whether you know it to be true or not isn't relevant. The proper person to elicit this from is some engineer.
Expert testimony. We'll get expert testimony.
Meanwhile, the jury is mystified by all of this.
Your Honor, may I make a motion? It's just occurred to me that you referred in front of the jury to our action of September 10th as, it quotes, pathetic mistake. And this in the presence of the jury.
I did not. I said from the testimony so far, it appears to be a pathetic mistake.
It seems to me that this was a most prejudicial remark to make in the presence of the jury. I think at this point you should declare a mistrial.
Are you making a motion? Motion denied. I made no such outburst or any kind of a statement whatsoever about this trial.
I would like to undertake this part of the service by burning this ridiculous indictment, for God's sake. Amen. Amen. Phil, you help here. This is burglary. Let us burn it, for God's sake. Amen. Amen. This is criminal trespass. Let us burn it for God's sake.
Amen.
This is the next lie. Let me see here. Oh, repeated hammer blows or criminal mischief.
Amen.
Burn it. This is, let me see, in dishonor of, criminal trespass.
Amen.
Anyone remember any of these other idiots? Give me another one. Kidnapping. Kidnapping. Burn it for God's sake. Assault. Burn it for God's sake.
Mischief.
Mischief.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Here goes.
Treason.
Is that the indictment to you? Beautiful.
The ink smokes for some reason.
It's demonic. What else do we have? Anything else around?
This is 27 years worth of GE cards.
All right.
Investigation of a car.
Burn it for God's sake.
Here we have an omnibus motion written in good faith and trampled on by the courts of injustice. That is, burn it for God's sake.
Burn it for God's sake.
Bruce Willow.
This is money which has enslaved us all at one time. We heard again and again on the stand yesterday how people have sold their birthright for a little bit of money. The birthright is the right of conscience.
Burn it for God's sake.
This is a draft status card that has been contributed and dedicated to and for this occasion.
It's burn it
Burn
for
it for
God's sake.
sake. We'd like to go to the jail now for a moment of prayer.
May we do something to prevent that which would cause nuclear action.
Please, different from
Louis? No more death.
Amen.
What they're saying now is that the times are even more dangerous than they were in the 50s and the 60s. And I do not believe that they'll get a fair trial because of the criminal system of justice in this country. That's one of the great myths of this country. When I had my bail revoked in the Chicago conspiracy trial and went to Cook County Jail, I found that 96 or 97% of the inmates were black or Spanish or Oriental. And unless you have some kind of absurd racist attitude that thinks that it was in their genes, you know that it's the injustice of the society and the injustice of the courts. So I think their best hope for a fair trial is through the support of the people who already support them and other people who know enough to be afraid of the danger of nuclear war and afraid of what's happening to the society.
death illegal battery.